Minneapolis, Minnesota, looking down at the mill ruins in an area where I was live streaming from. I'm up on the Stone Arch Bridge, and I was live streaming, and we were taking a peekaboo into these entrances here and this one over here, and we were walking around the ruins down there. And look at the damage down below here, and look at the damage up above here. Give me a fucking break. Why should a building from the 1800s, okay, be looking like Godzilla came stamping down the Riverwalk and took 2 giant dino bites out of the fucking building? Eh? Why should a building, when all its neighbors, which are all the same age, the same era, they all have plaques? This is an historic district. The only new buildings here are the little glass hut here and the Guthrie Theater. All the rest, historic buildings. They've all been redone and they're all condos and such now, and museums in here, mill museums. You can go through there and there's all sorts of artifacts and train artifacts on the floor and such. You can walk through there. Give me a break. Why don't the buildings next to it look like that? They're all the same age. We have never seen war. We don't have earthquakes. What the fuck? These are all the same. Some of these buildings are older over here than that museum over there. Than they say the museum is. Not right here, but on the other side of the river. So these are all the old historic. They're all yellow. They were red. Look down here, they're yellow. All the bricks are yellow. All the limestone is yellow, and it was red. They were red bricks like this. What are those doing? Embedded in the bedrock. Eh? The limestone bedrock is what they say that is. Now, there's equipment over here, and that's likely for the hydroelectric operation happening here. That was one of the main sources of electricity, prime sources of electricity in the city. Same with St. Paul, hydroelectricity, and this is how they were doing it. It was pretty serious. It was a pretty serious operation, serious equipment. A lot of it subterranean, and it was no joke, baby. That tells you what. Now let's take a good look here at the damage. Have a good look down there, and I want to show you a few things. Now, when we look down here, there is 2 passages. I'm not sure what those 2 were. This one seems to have been just for, well, since I've been in, we went in that one. There's equipment. Um, there's a huge pipe in there, a big tunnel, big tunnel shaft, and it goes on forever. And it seems that this was just for water to flow out of. It just was for water to flow out into the river. So water flowing this way. This one I'm not sure. That has a door right there. I'm not sure what that's all about. But it seems like it was a canal passage. I'm not sure what that one was. But walking in there, it seems like it was for. It seemed like it was for walking. Upon walking in there, the way that the entryway is set up with the archway. So that's weird. That was for like walking. I don't know why it's so deep and why the walls, but may have been water in there. Now over here, there are canals to the left going into those entrances, and let me show you these ones. Now you see these ones right here. Oh, pants. Right there. Over here, there's 2, and there's one smaller one here and there's one larger one here. What I normally see in photographs and such from when these places were supposed to be operating, some areas they seem to have used them after the fact. This area this was never used after the fact. This has been left the way it was. It's still in absolute destroyed ruins. This canal is not even passable anymore, and we don't know where it went because all this rubble from this building has collapsed over that canal passage. But usually when I see one small one, I'll see steamboats going into this one, the bigger one, steamboat traffic, and the smaller one, canal boats, the rowing wooden canal boats. Is what I would see in some depictions. So I don't know. Now, look at the condition of this structure down here, how damaged all this is. Now, what would you expect? Now, this was said to have been constructed in 1857, and it was done by 1870. What would you expect this place to look like, say, like 20 years later, like 1895? Like operational and up and running, right? And functioning, and they're working. And what about by like 1920? Well, likely the same. Maybe they're still they're operational, they're still functioning, And say maybe the war comes, the 1940s. Well, let's say that maybe the place gets abandoned. Now, what did it look like when it was abandoned? just fine, right? It was up, running, and functional, operating, right? So it should be just fine. So how long would it take for a structure just sitting there to look like this? And let's take a look at it in 1895, first of all. Let's take a look at it in 1895, and let's compare 1895. Okay, here it is in 1895, and give me a motherfucking break. Okay, there's more metal there. They've removed the dangerous metal. They've removed the dangerous metal, but it's the same fucking collapsed, fucked up ruins it is today. Give me a break. These are 20-year-old brand new bricks. These are 20-year-old bricks here, baby. And this water is fake. They always have it looking like it's a raging rapid in Minneapolis in the 1800s. It was a raging rapid. Anywhere there was water, it was a raging rapid going through it. Give me a This is steam. This is fucking steam. Give me a break. This ain't even water. Look at the edge. Look at the edge. This is not water. This is steam, baby. These folks up here. I climbed up on that middle piece. Baby. And it wasn't easy getting up there. They're stupid. You're stupid. And if there was water like that, you'd be even more stupid. Okay, you'd be even more stupid. They removed all the metal because they had to melt it down for shit, for new shit. And look at the condition. Look at all the rubble and shit in the canal. Fuck off with that. This is 20 years after it was done. Excuse me. Here, right here. 1857. There's those years. 1857. There's those time periods. Those time frames. 1857, and they're talking about 1895. That's what it's looking like. 1895. No. That's what it looks. That's the same rubble ruins it is today. That's the same. They've removed the metal. They've removed the metal in those two columns. That's it. The rest was still in rubble ruins. Melted rubble, hot ruins, baby. Hot. Like high noon on the 4th of fucking July, baby. High noon. Give me a break. Now look at the river. You want to see some more crap? See this river right here? That ain't our river. That ain't the Mississippi. That is That's the Amazon. Like the fucking Amazon. This is like a mile across. Give me a break. That's not our river. These are not our rivers. I don't know what the fuck this is even. This may be. This is our river right here. This is what our apron looks like. This is not. This is, I don't know what this is. Let's see what that is. I have more photographs here. Let's see. There it is. There it is. There it is. So yeah, this one was 1851 is before they constructed here. That's not even Minneapolis. That's not even Minnesota. That's like the Amazon. And then look at the buildings in the background of the apron. Those ain't the, okay. None of them buildings exist. Now, these are all different buildings in the next shot. So here it is in an early stage of construction. Well, how is it in an early stage of construction? Well, okay, yeah. So I guess it started then. So, well, they completed it pretty fast. Gee whiz. Because they completed the sucker in like 1871. So these buildings in the background don't match the next photograph. So here it is early stage, and here it is completed. Well, the buildings changed. The buildings all changed. And we're talking about a city where that was just plotted in the 18 fucking 50s. Okay. So why are we changing buildings around so much when we just, plotted the city and just began building? Okay, so we changed all the buildings up already in the background. And then we changed up all the buildings again in the next shot, see? In the next shot. And this is a different apron. And there's different aprons. There's more aprons in this system. Yes, there's more tiers. It's a multi-tiered system. There are upper reservoirs and tiers. This is in overflows and such. But when they refer to the apron, they're referring to the big one. And this is not the big one. This is something else. I don't know what that is. That's not even a part of our system. I'm going to show you. I have a video right down here, and we'll take a look at what it really looks like and what they say was an 1870s construction. An 1870s construction. That means horse and wagon. That means candlelight. That means bare fucking foot. And this is not our river. This is the Amazon. That's the Amazon. If for all I know, that's the Amazon. That is like a mile across. We are the third largest river in the world. This is much bigger. So this must be the Amazon. Um. Okay. So, oh, that's a baby butt. Well, hang on. I just want to show a few more things here. So here it is. Let me show you what it looks like now. Look at the buildings back here. This apron is different. Repairs to the apron in 1871. Here's a completed apron. So they're already repairing it a year later after it was completed in 1871. And what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now watch this. Let's go into this video right here. Watch this. This, here she be. Here she be. That's now look at the buildings in the background. Look at the wall right there. All this is said to have been in 1870s construction. And the best part about it is they say it was done so well that since the catastrophe where this was raging like a rapid, and one of the plugs unplugged in the river or something, one of the plugs in one of the islands. Since they fixed that, they've never had to repair this or it needs no service, no maintenance, because that's how good they built it. Here's the bridges, all in place. I forget what year that photograph is, but there they are in place. They've been here. And that's an early photograph. And these are not the same buildings. And these buildings, so that's before. This is after. And it ain't looking much different. There's a couple of buildings missing that look like they've been pasted out. Or maybe pasted, or maybe they've been put in. But there's after. This is just a few, like 2 more buildings. That's it. A couple more buildings, and the water is splashing a bit more. The fake water. That's fake water. I don't know, maybe not, but a little bit more water. That's after the disaster where it was raging like a rapid when that plug unplugged or whatever happened. And they managed to plug it up and whatever. I don't know if I even buy that story. I did buy that for a while, and now I'm starting to think that maybe that didn't even happen. Because that's the story that they used to try to explain off the construction of this thing that they did not construct. So I don't even know if this was raging like a rapid. All that water looks fake in all the photographs where they have this raging like a rapid. Give me a break. There's a story about it. There's a huge story. All chaos, all hell broke loose. The river was raging rapid. I don't even know if that's even so. You know, give me a break. They lie about everything. If we've been to that wall before, I'll tell you what. But you tell me, 1870. You tell me with the candlelights and the horses. Okay, in a brand new city being built, 20 years old. And I'll show you what this city looked like shortly thereafter it was conceived. Look at this. Look at this. This is enormous. Those walls are 65 feet high. You can't even gauge. These are 65 feet high walls here. Give me a break. They are enormous. How'd they stop this flow? How'd they stop this flow to build it, baby? And it was raging like a rapid when they were said to have built it. It was raging like a rapid. Like it was not even funny. What they show us with the fake water. You give me a break. How they stop the flow to put the barges down and how they do all that. I don't even think you can stop a flow like this with barges. You can't stop a flow like this with barges, can you? Maybe. I don't know. Here's the tiers. I mean, these tiers would back up so quickly if you did that. They would back up so quickly and it would flood this. It would flood the city. Are you fucking kidding me? You give me a break. That's ridiculous. They didn't build all these upper level tiers and reservoirs. They did not do this with these overflow. No, they did not. All these overflows and these bypass canals and all this. That's ridiculous. We've seen all that stuff down there. those have bricks hanging out on the other side. Rebar, concrete, and brick. And they're laying in rubble on the ground. So that's what I have for you. And I'll certainly be back very, very soon with much, much more. I love you all. Take care.